Okay, so today we're here live at the Beauty Biz Pro headquarters in Orlando, Florida, and I've actually got Mackenzie with me. She's going to be getting a strategy session here one-on-one, and so we're going to dive into her business and see how we can help her lash business and beauty business grow. So, Mackenzie, tell us a little bit about your business right now.
So my business is located in Auburn, Opelika, Alabama, right next to Auburn, like Auburn University. We are a lash and spa, so we primarily do lashes, but we do other stuff. We have estheticians there who do like facials, sugaring, waxing, and I just opened my business in December. So I've been in the lash industry for about 6 years, but I opened my location in December, so fairly new, but doing well so far.
Okay, is it just you or do you have a team?
No, so I own Lee Mac, but I've got 4 other girls and they just do like a booth rental, so they have their own suite in there and I just do like a booth rent, so they kind of run their own business within the business, if you will. So you're renting the booth, and sorry if I missed this, how many people? Including myself, 5. So okay. I've got four girls. I've got 2 other lash artists and then 2 other estheticians.
And are they renting like weekly or monthly, or how does that work?
Weekly, yeah, weekly.
Okay. And how much are they paying per week?
They pay $200 a week.
Okay.
Yep.
And then is that for just like a chair or a whole room, or?
Everybody has their own room, so.
Okay.
So like $800 a month per person.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I know you're close to Auburn. How far away, because that's a college town, how far away?
Yes, 10 minutes. Like literally right beside each other, so yeah.
Okay. So you started back in December, which was about, what, 5-6 months ago? What has your revenue been since then, or like per month?
Now 2 of my girls are newer, so they're still kind of like building their clientele, but the other 2 girls do pretty well. So I would say they're probably closer to like where I am financially.
All right, so $5K a month, and this is for you?
Yes, and that's like just lashes.
Okay. So you're only doing lashes yourself?
Yeah, I have other stuff on the menu, but it's just everybody wants lashes from me. So that's pretty much what I do. Lashes, and I throw a couple brow services. Like I'm the only one who does threading. So I do threading a lot, and then like brow tint, brow stain, just little things like that as like add-ons, if you will. So. And
so what kind of lashes do you do?
Individual extensions.
Extensions, okay. And then what are your prices for those?
So for full classic sets, $110. Full hybrid set is $120. And then full volume is $130.
Okay, so $110 to $130. And then every single month, do you know about how many clients are new full sets, or how many versus like how many are just fills?
Percent wise, I would probably say like 80% of them are fills. I don't really have a lot of new clients because I'm so busy with fill-ins. I would say like this past week I had 4 brand new clients and they were all like brand new full sets, which is like crazy. Like that never happens. So
do you have any kind of way where you try to get more new clients versus always being booked up with fills? Because I know with fills, how much do you charge for fills?
The range is 65 to 80.
Okay, so you're making a lot less money with fills.
Yeah.
Are fills faster than full sets? How much?
Full set takes anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours. A fill is usually an hour to an hour and a half. So just depending on like the retention and stuff, that obviously plays into it. But like in a perfect world, like an hour and a half. Yeah,
the first thing that I'm starting to notice is I always think as a business owner, what is your time worth? And if you're doing, if it takes you 2.5 hours to do a full set, then your time is worth a certain amount, like 130 divided by 2.5 hours. But I'm pretty sure the number per hour is lower if you count in fills, because even though fills you do in an hour and a half, you're only charging what, $60, $80?
Yeah.
So we got to figure out how to get your time per hour up a little bit more on that. How booked up are you right now?
I'm booked till the middle of July right now. Like no appointments available.
So you're booked up for at least the next 6 weeks?
Well, yeah, probably like the next 2.5 weeks. I like don't have an appointment available.
Okay. And those are mostly just fills?
Yes, and I do encourage my clients to pre-book. Like I make them pre-book before they leave. I'm always like,
that's good.
You want to book your next? Like, let's go ahead and book your next one. I have a handful of people who like don't, and those are the people that get like, oh my God, So I just try to always pre-book. So, and then I have some people who have those like never-ending appointments where it's just like a set day, a set time, every 2 weeks, and it like will never go away unless they tell me to get rid of it. So,
and that is one thing I recommend everyone do is when someone's at your place, go ahead and book them for the next appointment, because not only does it like raise your conversion rates and get people to come back, but then it also saves you time because if they don't book an appointment, now you got to follow up with them, now you got to call them, and so that's wasting admin time too.
Or they call last minute, and then I can't get them in for 2 weeks, and now we're at a full set, and they complain about the price. So it's just like,
right.
You know.
So how many days a week are you working right now?
I usually work Monday to Friday. I go in at 8:30. I try not to work past 6, but I'm a pushover, so I take people after all the time, and then I work half days on Saturdays.
Okay, so
Don't work Sundays.
5.5-ish days. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then how are you acquiring clients right now?
You guys are actually running our Facebook ads right now, and that just ended today, so I got to re-up. And then we have Instagram, which I'm terrible at posting, but Facebook, Instagram, and then honestly, word of mouth is a big one. A lot of people, I have ladies who love the service, and then they're like, give me a handful of business cards. So I give them like business cards every time they come in, and they're always like, I need more. So like word of mouth is probably the biggest one.
So what would you say percentage-wise, word of mouth versus ads versus other sources?
Probably like, I don't know, like 70-30.
Okay, so you would say 70% word of mouth?
Yeah.
And then 30%?
Well, the Facebook ads are doing really well, actually, I will say, but that's pretty new. I haven't always done that because I was terrible at it, so.
Okay. And so for those watching, like, you're probably thinking like, oh, well, why doesn't she just focus on word of mouth? Well, this is the whole point of this, is because, you run a Facebook ad and let's say you get one client. My drawing's terrible, so excuses. Let's say you get one client from the ad. Great. Well, if let's say you spent, $40 to acquire that client, and the customer brings in, let's call it $120 of revenue. So, okay, how much would that be in supplies for one client?
Honestly, not much.
Say $5, $10?
Probably like maybe 15.
Okay, 15. So $40 to acquire the client, $15 for supplies. And so what is that? $55 minus $120. So you're looking at about $65 in profit off that one client. Cool. But how do we really make this super profitable? Well, that's where the quote word of mouth comes in. So you need some kind of referral program, just like you mentioned, you hand your business cards and you ask people for referrals. And so that way this one person turns into another person, turns into another person, turns into another person, and then it can just keep growing from that. Each time a new referral comes in, then they just keep referring more people, and it grows like wildfire. So essentially this one Facebook ad, which costs you $40 to acquire the customer, has just turned into thousands of dollars. And so that's the whole point of the ad strategy. So when I hear, oh, word of mouth, yes, but you have to get new clients in to be able to then get the word of mouth.
I will say too, like we have just locally, we have a Facebook group called like What's Happening in Auburn, Opelika, and they let businesses post on Mondays. So like I'm pretty adamant about posting, and anytime somebody like comments, like I actually just got a notification while I was sitting here. It's like somebody asked like, where do you go for lash extensions in the area? And like people obviously know who we are, and it's like Lee-Mac. So that's how we get clients too. So just people like posting really about it.
Awesome. Yeah, Facebook groups are great.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like your biggest struggle is right now? Because I know you've been doing lashes. You mentioned earlier you've been doing lashes for 6 years, but you actually just opened up your own business 6 months ago. And so what do you feel like are the struggles you're facing as a business owner?
Definitely like helping the two girls get more clients for sure. And then just like financial struggles. I feel like I am very busy. I do a lot for the business like outside of just like working, but it's hard to like juggle the two because I am like doing everything essentially. So just like time management, and then there's like financial struggles obviously, and then just getting those two girls like super booked.
Okay, so you want to get your two girls super booked. Are you making any money when they get book clients?
I guess in a sense, yes, because it helps them like make money so they can pay me booth rent. But that's not really helping me. That's just like paying the bills, I don't know. I guess I look at it like that, make myself feel better, but.
Yeah, I'd like to dive into that because it's like, okay.
But I'm not really making anything off the top.
Each person's making you $800 per month. Cool. But it's like if you're going to spend money on ads, if you're going to do all these things to acquire customers, I feel like you need to be making money off the customers you give them.
Yeah.
Because, when you have renters and you have people, employees, or especially renters, it's like, okay, you're paying me for this, but if you get 10 clients or if you get 100 clients, it's not making you any extra money.
Yeah.
And so we got to figure out how to do that. Have you ever thought about that before?
Yeah, a little bit. Because I actually was thinking about running another ad with you guys for my girl who does waxing, kind of help her out. Because the lashes is more so for my girl who's trying to like build her clientele with that. And whoever I was talking to was like, oh, it'll be another 150 a month. And I'm like, that's really not that bad. But then when I sit down and I look at the math, I'm like, that girl's paying me $200 a week. Like, if I think about it in a weekly sense, like now I'm using her booth rent for that. And I'm like, so it's just like, it's only once a month, but I just didn't know if it was a good move. So I was just like, I'm going to just stay where I'm at right now.
Yeah, if I were you, I would at least, approach them and say like, hey, I want to get you more bookings, but it costs me money to do this. A marketer costs $1,000 a month, and that, includes my ad spend. And so if I'm going to get you clients, I either need to get a commission or a percentage of each client. So that way you're getting clients without doing any work, or they are, and then you're, making extra money off of it to help reimburse your advertising costs. Yeah. Because right now, like if you're advertising for them, let's say you spend $200 on them a month on ads, well, you just lost your booth rental money. Yeah. For, That
was kind of what I was like, I don't know. Yeah. So, but Madison, she's the one who is just she just got trained in lashes like not too long ago. So like she's really like just trying to build her clientele. And like I know booth rent is kind of a struggle for her right now. So like I don't know if like maybe switching just her to commission would be like beneficial for her. But then I'm like, well, she doesn't really have the clients. So like I don't really know how to navigate like if she doesn't have clients, how would I make commission? You know what I mean? Like I don't really know how to. It's also new too. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just trying to figure it out.
And by the way, congrats on having success so quick, because I know you've only been open for 6 months, and so you're crushing it. Now let's talk about time management, because I know you mentioned that you're stressed, you're trying to manage everything. So like I looked at your website earlier and I noticed that you have a call button. That's what you want me to call you. Yeah. Do you have a front desk assistant that answers the phones?
I don't. I have a reception desk area for a receptionist at some point, but as far as like financially, I just haven't done it yet, because I'm not sure like when I'd want them there, how much I want to pay them, but pretty much I answer all the calls right now. Okay,
so you answer the call, so it's going to your personal number? Okay. Have you thought about getting like a business number?
Yes, I have.
What options have you looked into for that?
Where I used to be at, they used Grasshopper, but I feel like there's better ones. I don't know. Like I haven't done like super research on it, so like if you have recommendations of something that.
And then do you have anybody answering your Facebook or Instagram messages?
No. Okay. It's all me.
And then I checked out your Instagram before this, and I noticed you post maybe once every couple weeks, few weeks. So definitely want to post more. But I think the issue is a lot of, and I did this too when I first started my business, is everything funneled through me. Yeah. And then I was, getting in my own way because I'm not delegating, I'm not assigning people, I'm not hiring. And so I definitely want you to look into either virtual assistant, which I can show you some ways to find those, or even these days you have like AI tools. And so the thing that scares me is like you're getting a lot of your clients from phone calls, but then you're only manned from 9 to 6?
Yeah, but I do answer like outside of that because it goes to my personal. But I have thought about like maybe getting like a separate phone. Yeah. That way, like when I do hire someone, just being like, here's the phone for the day. Like just do it.
Yeah, because I know we've recently implemented voice AI for a couple of our clients. And it's doing really good because like they'll get a call and the AI will like answer it.
That'd be so helpful.
Yeah, it sounds just like a human. Yeah. And it'll like answer questions. It'll book, like honestly, it's we've tried to hire humans before to answer calls, and this actually does better.
Crazy.
So we can definitely look into that for you. And then as far as you find yourself like looking at Facebook and Instagram and emails and just feeling overwhelmed because all the stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So I recommend finding a good CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management Software. And we use one called BeautyBiz AI. I use it for all my companies and our clients.
She actually was showing me on her computer. I was like, I need that.
Yeah, so you have all your conversations in one spot. Yeah. And this is a time saver. And that way I don't have to check Instagram, check Facebook. I just pull up, click on the app. Yeah,
I forget.
Everything's in one spot. And that also makes it easier to hire because now instead of like, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. All they got to do is go to one app, look at all the conversations, and it makes it very easy to manage your stuff. And so just having some systems in place, I think will help you scale to that next level. Now, you're making $5K a month right now. What is your goal income of the next 12 months?
Probably like triple that, if not more.
Okay, so goal would be at least $15K a month.
I think it's pretty doable.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Because the thing is, you already have the traffic, you already have the bookings. You've got to figure out, one, how to raise your prices, and two, if I were you, I would look into, reducing the amount of fills you take all the time. That way you have more room for, like, let's say I'm going to reduce fills by 20% on my calendar each week, and that way I have room to take in new clients because you're going to make more money off your new clients.
Yes.
you've mentioned to me permanent jewelry before. I think that would be, especially since you're next to a college town, that would be a great service because typically we find people who add on permanent jewelry to a beauty business make about $300 to $500 an hour on average.
Yeah.
And so I was actually talking to a salon owner yesterday, and he said that, you know, right when you walk into his salon, he has the permanent jewelry set up right there, and people ask about it, and then they just do the bracelet on the spot. So, you know, one bracelet costs about $5 in material, and you're going to make about $85 to $100. And so it's a quick $80 in profit right when your client walks in the door.
Yeah.
And so that alone, like if you think about it, right now you're not even making $8 in profit per client, especially with the fills. You are with the lashes, but not with the fills.
Yeah.
And so you'd literally be doubling your profit if your average client gets a bracelet or jewelry or a necklace. And here's the thing, like people don't just buy one. Like I've got 4 on, people buy multiple
I have a
ones.
bracelet and a ring,
So yeah, it's addicting. So I would consider like a service like that to help you boost your revenue, because I think the goal is, you know, we got to figure out how to get to this $15K a month. And right now you're already working 5.5 days a week, and you're going to stress yourself out and burn yourself out if you're always trying to work.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you're already at that point. And so it's like, and I know lashes is very labor intensive.
Yeah.
I've heard that. We've had a lot of lash artists
It's not for the week.
switch to permanent jewelry. Yeah. But so I'm not saying stop lashes, because I know you're passionate about lashes. You love what you do. We've got to figure out how to utilize your time so that you can still continue to do some lashes, or you can offload those to other employees or contractors.
And I've thought about doing that, like kind of moving some of my clients to like Madison per se, because they're already established. Like they're not going to go anywhere else. Like they know me, they trust me, they probably feel comfortable going to someone I hired. But I also want to move more into like aesthetic services as well. Like the girl that does sugaring at my studio, like she does a Brazilian in like 7 minutes, and it's like $60. And I mean, it's like boom, boom, boom. I look at her book and I'm like, dang, this girl just made like $800 today. Yeah. And I'm like, or more. And I'm over here like breaking my back doing eyelashes for like $350 a day, which I'm passionate about it, but it would just be better if I could like use my time better, or implement some of those other services that are quicker that make just the same or double. So
yeah, and I think lashes are great to get people in the door because everybody wants them. But if you only have, as you're starting to see, if you only do lashes, you're not going to be making as much as you could. Yeah. And you're going to be tired and burn out.
Yeah,
and
my back hurts. Like I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I would recommend like even starting next month, like just block out, you know, more of your calendar that you can fill in with a different service. You can fill in with new clients versus fills. And so what do you feel like is another struggle in your business?
You said time management. We talk about finances. Can we talk about that?
What other finance issues are you having?
Just like, I feel like for me, like just trying to figure out like what's going to benefit my business best. Like I know marketing is like a big part of business, but I don't want to throw like too much money into it and like not focus on other areas. So I think just like figuring out like what will benefit me best in like the business, and also like where I'm at, because we're in a more like rural area, so I don't really know like what appeals versus like bigger cities, I guess you could say.
Yeah, do people from Auburn ever drive out to your area to get services?
Yes, so I have a lot of people from the Auburn, Opelika area. I have some people from Columbus. I actually have a handful of people that drive from Dadeville. I have one girl that drives from Sylacauga, which is like 2 hours.
So people are willing to drive.
Yeah, they are definitely willing to drive, but I think for me, just like, okay, what do I need to throw more of like me into, I guess? Like, do I need to do more marketing? Do I need to do more posting? Like, should I make more content? Like, what's going to really drive business, I guess?
So I don't even think driving business is your biggest factor right now.
Just bringing more people in,
you're booked out for a few weeks. So it's like, how scalable is it? Like, even if I got you 100 lash clients right now, you probably couldn't even take them.
No.
and then you're like, based on the amount of time you're like, because your days are already filled. So it's like, unless you just want to work more hours, which I don't think you do.
No.
It's not scalable. Like me bringing you more clients is not going to help. And so that's why I think we got to fix the back end systems to save you some time there, so you can manage your business.
Yeah.
And then I think we need to, reallocate some of your time to maybe add on permanent jewelry, or, some of the other services you mentioned, because you're an esthetician. That way you can make, instead of $50 an hour, you can make $100 an hour or $200 an hour. And that's going to help you drive up your revenue, which is going to give you more room for stuff like marketing. So now it's like, oh, okay, I'm making an extra $5,000 a month. Yeah. Now I can throw $1,000 into ads, get a ton of clients from Auburn, get a ton of clients from surrounding cities, and now I can book up my people. Now, when everybody in your salon is booked up, what do you think that's going to want to make other beauty professionals do? Work for you.
Yeah,
now you're building your personal brand.
And I do have 2 booths open, so.
You got what? Oh,
two booths open, so I definitely need to fill those. I think for me, like, I just started the business, so I was like, okay, now that everything's like starting to settle in, I'm like, okay, I can like focus more on like marketing and like getting those booths filled and maybe like focusing more on other services. So it was just like very chaotic for like those first few months, like kind of getting everybody settled. But I think I like finally am to a point now where like if I just set some side of time, I can focus on those other things, hopefully.
Right, and then the other thing that's going to do is, since people are like, oh, I want to work for Mackenzie, because she gets people booked up, she brings in the clients, that's where the business is. That's what the average beauty professional hates, as you know, is they're like, I want to do the service, I don't want to have to worry about the marketing, I don't want to have to worry about going and finding clients. And so that'll allow you to really like expand and charge higher prices. And so now instead of charging $800 for a booth, maybe you charge $1,500 plus 30% commission on the clients you bring in.
Everyone that like knows me, friends and family, like, you need to be charging more for booth rent, and I'm just like, I don't want to hear that.
Right.
But I really do think that it would benefit me to do that. But I think I definitely need to raise my prices for sure, at least for the lashes. So
because money is great, but money is a resource, and it's going to allow you to free up your time, and that's where the real benefit of money is. You're freeing up your time, which is we can always make more money, we can't make more time. And so as you free up your time, it allows you to focus on how can I scale, have you ever been interested in starting like products?
Yes, so we carry Circadia right now for like our skincare line, and we obviously have retail for that. Some products do really well, like we have these like lip renewing serums, literally sold them all of them out the first week. It was crazy. One girl was like, I want one of every flavor. I'm like, okay. But I have more lash knowledge for sure because I've been in the industry longer. So I am currently like working on branding myself and like trying to create like a lash brand, like a line like for other lash artists as well. I think it's like us and maybe there's another salon, and then there's one girl that's solo that actually used to work at that salon. We're the only people in town that do like the UV system, which is pretty new. And I actually have already got with a manufacturer and like got a glue made, and I put a label on it. It's not perfect by any means. I definitely want to like get with someone and like actually make a brand, but I do have the lash glue for sale. So, and I've sold a few of them. So, but that was just like a start. But I would really like to hone in on the lash stuff because I'm more knowledgeable about it and create a brand with that. And then also have, stuff for like clients. Like it could be like silk pillowcases because that benefits, everyone, and just little stuff like that, like aftercare stuff. But it's still in the works. Like I'm trying not to bite off more than I can chew. So.
Okay. But so typically with services, now there are outliers. Like I mentioned with permanent dread, I've seen people make $50K a month. But with typical services, you're looking at capping at about 15, 20 grand a lot of times. And so I love the idea of you being able to start your own e-commerce, like sell products, because that's how you're going to get the more passive income.
And if I had a website, like I wouldn't have to physically work as much. Like I'd be making money when I'm not working, essentially, which is like the goal for retirement.
So that gives you two options. You can either work less and enjoy life more, or if you're like me and you just love to work, you can continue.
I'm a workaholic.
You can be a workaholic and just make a lot more money.
Exactly. So that's the goal. So
sweet. So any questions for me on that stuff?
One thing that I am struggling with that I thought about while we were talking is like with the Facebook ads, like I have a lot of people like in the messages, but the problem that I'm seeing is like following through till the end and committing. Like I could have 20 messages in my inbox and I'm sitting there like taking time. Like the AI responds like 2 or 3 times, and then after that I have to physically like go in and like continue the conversation. But it's like I feel like I'm responding and like they're responding, and then when it gets down to like booking the appointment, they're like, oh, I'm gonna think about it. Like they don't follow through. And some of the ones that do follow through like end up being no call, no show, or like cancel last minute. And it's just like that is so frustrating, not only for me but like especially for the new girl who I'm like trying to like put all these clients on. It's like it's very discouraging, like not only for her but for me too. So like how would you go about like people like not following through?
So the thing we have set up for you is it's like auto questions where it asks them a few questions and it's kind of canned. That's
it's
like
kind of the same every time, but I think just Facebook in general has like learned how I respond, because at the bottom it'll populate like an AI thing and I just click it and send it. Because it knows what I'm going to say.
We actually have something better that's like it's like an actual AI assistant where it'll actually have full conversations. Like you could ask it like, what's the price of pizza in New York? And it would like respond to you and know. I mean, it'll still guide you back to the sale, like the conversation to lashes. But I recommend that because that way it'll actually have real conversations with people and it follows up, because a lot of people don't book the first time they click on something. And so the key is follow up. But if you're having to try to remember that as a business owner, it's just such a pain in the butt. The other option is to hire a virtual assistant.
Okay.
There's pros and cons to that though, because it usually takes longer to train them, which takes time. And then, eventually they're going to ask for raises. They might quit. And then even then they're still only working 8 hours a day. Whereas with AI, you can have it manning your stuff for 24 hours a day. And the cool thing is AI is the worst it'll ever be right now. It's only getting better. And so I definitely want to show that to you after this.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you have a bright future ahead of you. We just got to get your time adjusted a little bit, so that way you can start making per hour, and then you can delegate that money into growing your people, growing your business, your brand, and start selling products as well. And if you guys watching ever want to come here in Orlando, get a one-on-one session like this, just click the link below for info. And we also do virtual strategy sessions, so we have an option for that as well. But thanks, Mackenzie, for sharing your info, and I think it was fun. I hope it helped.
It did help. Thank you.